So we're going to change the fuse box of my 91 Accord for one from a 93 Accord, which are basically the same. I'm having some issues here and there with a few minor things, like a little bit of loss of power, radiator going a little crazy, turn on and off, on and off. So I don't know what the problem may be, so I'm just changing this whole fuse box. I think I have another fuse box for the inside. I might change that as well. But for now, I'm gonna go through the steps. Screw here, and screw right there. Taking those three out. The box will lift up by itself. Then I'm gonna take these two out, and then unplug it from the bottom, from the wires that are coming in. So I will show you those wires in a few seconds. Right now, I'm gonna take these three screws out, and I'm gonna take these two out. And then put you guys right back on. All right. So with those three screws removed, that's pretty much lifts up. Like I said, I took these two off. Remember, this one belongs on that side. This one belongs on this side, so that way you guys don't get confused. So once that's removed, you'll see that hesitate a little bit because of the wires on the bottom. Now, if you actually look at the bottom, you will see that each one of these has little clamps, so you don't want to break them. I picked this up from an old 93 Accord that I used to have. So before totaling it, I took out the fuse boxes and whatnot, which came in handy a few years later, because I'm gonna replace this one. So you want to take this off, right? So you want to take this one off, and you want to take off. See, you got this little clip right here that you just press on. It opens up, then you pull out. That's it. Those are the bottom. I'm gonna need both my hands to get in there. So I will cut you guys back on as soon as I am done doing that. See? You can see already. So if you have a flathead, you could come in here and press right there with the flathead, right here with the flathead. Now you can see it. But there's another one right here. You can press with the flathead, and the gray one you can press right there with the flathead. So it's pretty simple, so you don't have to break stuff. So let me take those off, and I'll cut you guys right back on. That's my whole thing. Like when it came to, it's finally off. These, as you can see, they have like a little grease in them. Now, don't go and wipe that off. This is electrical grease, or that's what I've been told. So you don't want to wipe that off. While it's like this, I'm just checking to make sure none of the wires is cut, making sure all the wires are good, and none of them have melted or anything, because it happens throughout the time. Making sure this ground is good. I'll probably unscrew this real quick and just make sure the ground is in there properly. Probably clean it, probably scrape off the bottom just to make sure it's making proper contact, or I'll probably just add another wire from here, probably to the negative, because I usually have this as negative, so I could run extra wires. So I'll probably just run one directly to the fuse box, just for a better ground. And like I said, these came out pretty simple. This is what you get. This is the old one. So I'll put the new one on. So just want to show you guys what it looked like in here. So see, those are the clips right here. Those are the clips right here. And now this one also has a little clip in here. You guys can see it. You just press on it and it comes off. See, it's up here. So that's basically the ones you gotta take out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th one. So let me go and clean this up a little bit right here. Run the new ground, and I'll cut you guys right back on.
Because she can have.
So I took this out. You guys can see it's pretty rusty there. So I don't know how well that contact is. Maybe that's the reason why it's acting up. And I could run a ground from right here to right here, because if you see in here, you see that the screw goes in there and it's making contact with the metal. Or any of these is making contact with the metal. Even right here, you want it to be on the frame of the car, on the chest. But I like to run it directly to the battery, so that's why I'm using this little screw I got right here. So I'm gonna sand this down real quick. I got a little 180 or 80, whatever you want to use. The smaller the number, the stronger it is. So I'm just gonna use this to scrape it up like this, get all that rust out of there. Then what I like to do is, after I screw it back on, I like to hit it with some clear coat so that water doesn't get to it and so that it doesn't get rusty again. So I'm gonna do this until it's all the way to the metal, until I don't see any more rust, and then I'm gonna screw it back on. Well, yeah, I'm gonna screw it back on, and then I'm gonna tighten it up, and then I'm gonna hit it with the clear coat. And then I'm gonna grab a wire, since I have plenty of them going around. Right here in this bag of goodies that I have, I'm gonna just grab a nice electric wire from in there, and I'm gonna run it from here, this little screw right here. I'll probably run it around, like underneath here, around here, and back here. I could always run it over. It's not really gonna make a difference, but I like to do a clean job, so we'll see. I might just run it through here, underneath this, through here, and down there. So let's get to it.
She wasn't always like this.
So I screwed on this wire to this little screw right here, and I'm just running it over the top, just like this, and I just put it just like that into this one. I also sanded the bottom of this. That's gonna make contact with this so that they both nice and clean. So I'm gonna screw it on like that, and that's it. Once I put everything on, it should lay pretty flat. I'll make sure. I don't want to put it underneath that, because when I was moving this around, it felt a little tight, and I didn't like that. So I'm gonna just do like this. When I put the box, I'll put it underneath the box, maybe, so it can hold it more in place, so it doesn't move around like that. Maybe rivet it somewhere once I can see how much space I have. So now the only thing I'm gonna do is put the screw back, basically. And maybe a little tight. So Just make sure it's nice and tight. And like I said, I'm gonna just hit it with a light clear coat, so just in case if it does get wet in here, that doesn't become rusty. So I just hit it like one time with a clear coat and leave it alone.
Yeah, I've been past that.
Who said I would judge? To plug these in, I'm gonna start from the back, which is this big one, which is the one right there, and I'm gonna work my way up. Once that's done, I'll put the screws and everything back in play.
If you can't trust your family, who can you trust?
So you just wanna push it in until you hear the click. When you hear the clicking sound, that means it's in there. So the colors basically go, you got the brown, the gray, the blue, then the brown again, then the gray again. And it's not that difficult, it's just a pain to get it in there, or to get in here, I would say. There you go. Once that's done, line the holes up again. And always make sure you have a little tray. Whenever you're taking out screws and whatnot, always have a little tray. What I use is usually the top of the caps, like the top that goes here. And that's what I use as a tray, so always keep that in handy. You don't want to start losing screws. I'll take this one off. Alright, so a professor once told me, in order for you not to mess up the screw, the thread itself, always go backwards until you feel the click and then start screwing. You heard it? Just make sure it's tight. You don't want to break it. You don't want to go too hard. Now, this one over here goes to the right. The one to the left goes to the left. Now, as I'm doing all this, I should have said it from the beginning, I unplugged the battery. You don't want to do anything with electricity with the battery plugged in. It would be bad business. So please make sure you always unplug the batteries before you do anything. Anything you do with the battery on is check the fuses with a meter, not with your fingers, because you don't want to get electrocuted. There's a few fuses here missing that I will take of the other box, and I will check all these fuses with a little test meter, you know. You can also do it with the one that has a little light that lights up, or with the one that beeps, just to make sure that there's current. So this is basically how you change the fuse box in the front. And like I said, there's a little cap with screws. Don't forget to plug everything in. You always want to check, and then after you're done, you want to check again, just to make sure that everything is plugged in properly. Now, like I said, I'm gonna check the fuses. I'm gonna change this. If you see it, them next to each other, there's obviously some, this is more color coordinated. I think I used the right fuses where they were supposed to go. This seems like they just put fuses wherever they want it. So I will be taking out and replacing the ones that are good from here into this one. Also, whatever's left over, I will put in a box or something and save it, just in case in the future any of these blow. You never want to throw away fuses or relays. These are the relays, because you never know when one of these is gonna go bad. So always save them, all right?